What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Paris and I make videos all about candle making and the starting and managing of my small candle business, LadyCIMONNE Candle Co. Today we are talking insurance. Usually as new business owners, we don't really think about the insurance part or how important it is to make sure our business is protected. We just kind of dive right in and go for it, start our business, start selling our candles, and don't even think about the liability or the safety aspect of running an actual candle business. So today we are going to chat a little bit about insurance and why it's important to get coverage for your candle business. So let's just get started. Figuring out insurance for a candle business can be difficult, mainly because you probably never ran a business before, right? We all know about car insurance, homeowners or renters insurance, life insurance. That's kind of like what we all hear about as we're growing up, or just because it's life, right? But when it comes to actually running a business, the insurance part sometimes gets kind of kicked to the back burner. We don't really think about it. It's not really talked about enough. And depending on the industry that you're in or what type of business you're starting, insurance can vary. So it can be very difficult to figure out what type of insurance you need for a small candle business. But the right insurance will not only protect your business, but it will keep you from any risk and liabilities when it comes to actually selling your candles from a customer's perspective. It's very, very important to ensure that not only are you making a safe candle, right? But even if you do, you never know what can happen on the customer's end in their home, and you can be held liable should something really, really happen. So let's get chatting about insurance. One of the number one questions that I always get on a day-to-day basis is, do I really need insurance for my candle business? The big answer is yes, you need insurance for your candle business. Is it legally required to have insurance for your candle business here, especially here in the States? No, but it's definitely highly recommended to get insurance for your small candle business. Just think about it for a minute. Let's chat. Can you imagine, you've made like the perfect batch of candles, right? You have your inventory all together and set up. Your candles is starting to fly off the shelf. Money and coins is coming in. You're feeling good. Like, oh, my sense is popping. Everybody loving my business. And then something happens and a customer contacts you or decides to sue you or come after your business and make a claim against you because they started a fire in their house due to burning your candle. That's not it, right? We ain't trying to have that. Ain't nobody trying to deal with that. But can you just imagine? And what's funny is, as candle business owners, like, we don't really think about that, right? We're so into our craft. We're so into like making the perfect candle, making quality candles, and we're enjoying the fact that our customers are enjoying what we created, right? So we don't really deal with the negative part of running a business, or I shouldn't even say negative, but the legal side of running a business. We just think, oh, I'll just start a business. Everybody's going to love my candles. Nothing's going to go wrong. Can't nothing go wrong, right? My candles are safe. I've tested them a million times. Like, I'm good. But it can really happen. It has happened, which is why insurance is out here in the world, because things happen, accidents happen. Even if you put a warning label on the bottom of that candle, customers don't always flip that candle. I'm gonna be real. When I used to buy Bath and Body Works candles all the time, I didn't necessarily turn the label over to read the instructions. Like, nobody's really thinking about that. They just want to burn your candle. And you're probably thinking, as a business owner, like, well, that's their fault. I included a candle care card in there. I know a lot of us include those in there to kind of really give customers an extra piece of information. I put the label on there. They should have read it. That's what you're thinking, right? Yeah, that's all well and good. And yes, that's true. But it's their word against yours. And it's their living room that caught on fire. And it was due to your candle. So although they weren't necessarily being careful as customers, it's it's because of that reason you have to kind of take the extra step, go the extra mile, and think about that side of operating your small candle business. Most of us get into the hoopla of, well, it's too expensive, I'm new, I'm not even selling that many candles right now, so I'll just think about insurance later. Yeah, I feel you on that. I was the same way, because you're trying to reserve as many coins of yours as you can, because you're probably self-funding your business, and it can be expensive, but it's necessary, and it's very, very much a part of running a safe business. I want to give you even a different perspective. So let's say it even goes as far as going to the courts. Now you got legal fees, right? You got court fees. You potentially probably have to pay that customer as well for any damages. And so if you kind of shift your mindset, I'm always kind of talking about having that boss mentality. Sometimes you really do have to shift your mind there. It's not just about the craft if you're trying to start a business. So think about how much it will cost, right, to go to court, handle that, get the customer off, good, and paying court fees and all that stuff, compared to how much it will cost you monthly or even biannually to have insurance. There's no comparison to that cost, right? It's obviously more smart to just go ahead and sacrifice and put the money up monthly to pay an insurance company to protect you, so that way should something happen, and I'm not even trying to speak and say it does, but you do have to prepare for the what if when you're running a business. There's so many gaps and holes when it comes to starting a business. You don't know what you don't know, and until something happens, right, all the coins you was trying to save, now you have to pay an attorney or pay the courts or pay the customer for anything. So sometimes it's just best to kind of go ahead and bite the bullet and say, okay, I have to do what's right for my business. The money will come, and I just have to trust that, when I do finally get my scents out there, when people start buying my scents, everything will begin to kind of level out and offset. Now, I also get this question. What about if I only sell wax melts, right? And I don't even sell candles. I'm just in the business of selling wax melts. There are some only wax melts sellers out there. I actually am really cool with several of them on social media, and all they specialize in is wax melts. I ain't mad at you. That's your specialty. Do it works. And so I've done a lot of research prior to doing this video, because that was actually a good question, and I was actually curious myself. And actually, there still is some risk involved with even just selling wax melts from my conclusion, right? From my research that I've gathered. There's actually still some bit of risk. Think about things like a child putting a wax melt in their mouth. I have a 3-year-old, and everything he comes across, he still finds the need to have to be curious about it and taste it and smell it and figure out what's going on, or stick it up his nose or try to stick it in his ear. So if you're a parent, you probably can understand that. But, as a business owner, you don't really think that deep. Like, why would a parent even lay it out to where a child could get it? That's not even the point. It happens. Kids put things in their mouth. Or somebody could be handling your wax melts. What if what we make our wax melts with, or the fragrance oil, what if that doesn't sit well with their skin, right? Because they're constantly handling the wax melts. Maybe they wanted to feel it. There's some customers out there that really kind of go all in when they receive certain products. They want to check out the quality. They want to feel the texture. And so what if you just happen to get that customer that may break out from your fragrance oils that you use or things like that? And the reason why I bring that up is because from doing my research, wax melts is kind of looked at as in that soap category, because it's flameless, and because of the texture, and because of how the wax melts feel. It's kind of that waxy, slick feeling. When you take it out, it almost can melt in your hand. That's the whole point of a wax melt. And so it's kind of looked along that line, even though you don't use wax melts on your skin. But again, you never know. And the reason why these scenarios are out there, when people do research and look things up, it's because things have probably happened like that, right? You don't even think something would happen. Like, why would somebody do that? Obviously somebody may have tried it for them to, have some type of stipulation in their policies to think like that. I've done research. I've talked to even my insurance agent, and you'd be surprised some of the stories that she's told me that she's had to help businesses, get protection for. So you really just never know. Now, how much is it going to cost for me to have insurance for my candle business? Now, after doing some research, I've actually kind of put myself out there and gotten several quotes from different insurance companies. And I've talked to my insurance lady, who's amazing. I love her. And her and I have had conversations because she knows what I do, and she knows I have a YouTube channel, and I'm always seeking out ways to give good, accurate information for you guys. And typically you're going to be paying around, it just depends, maybe $400 to $500, upwards of to $1,000. And she said that mainly because it depends on the ingredients in your candles, the type of fragrance oils that you use, how many products do you have, how many products you plan to expand to, and different products that you plan to offer, whether that's candles and wax melts, or if you decide to offer more products like other accessories, like maybe wick trimmers or wax melt burners or anything like that, anything like that. Your insurance is going to have to kind of be customed to make sure they accommodate all of what you're going to carry in your business and sell to customers. So she said candle business insurance is a little tricky. It's a little bit more involved because it literally gets to the nitty gritty of what is exactly in your candle, because candles are being lit. And she's, even from a wax melts perspective, even though the risk is not as high as candles, she said it's still looked at in that kind of that category of flameless, non-skin products, but it's kind of grouped in that category because it's flameless and it can be handled and it melts easily, but you're still dealing with hot wax as well, and that can be a liability. It can burn somebody's skin. What if they accidentally spill the hot wax on themselves? You'd be surprised what her and I was talking about. And so it's very, very important that when you're talking to an insurance agent or getting quotes from different insurance agents or companies, that you really disclose every single thing about your final finished candle, your product, how it's being shipped, everything that you're using for your product. So that way they can give you the best custom package and make sure your policy is covering everything. So pretty much that's it. I really just wanted to chit chat with you for a while. I wanted to make this kind of informal and just more conversational, because I just really wanted to kind of give you all some tea on when it comes to insurance, how to protect your business, why it's important, some of the scenarios that I've been informed of that can really happen, that has happened, and just to kind of give you a little boost that if you are thinking about, well, it's too expensive, I'm not really worried about that right now, to really kind of reconsider where you're at. I did do a video on self-funding and gave you some budgeting tips on how you can kind of work on your personal budget to help fund your business budget. And it's okay if you have to kind of rely on your personal finances to fund your business for a while. As I told you before, I just kind of weaned off of our personal budget a couple months ago, really like by the end of the year, and I've been able to wean off, and my business can operate on its own, thank you God. But it's very, very important to protect your business as much as you can up front, so that way you're not coming out of pocket so much with the what if and the accident type money, because it can definitely happen. So I want to encourage you to reach out to your insurance agent. Whatever current insurance you have, you can reach out to them and see if they have any referrals to give you, so that way you can start getting quotes, talking to insurance agents, disclosing what all you have, what all your business comes with, what you plan on doing with your business in the future, so that way you can get the best quote and the best policy as much as possible so that you are protected. No, it's not required, but I am highly recommending it to you and encouraging you to do it. It is recommended from research, and ask any other candle business owner out there. They will tell you it is necessary to protect your business. Absolutely. So that is it for the day. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any additional questions or concern, please let me know. I'll be happy to assist you the best way I can. Remember, my cart closes for my course February 26th. Thank you to all those who have joined so far. I cannot wait to get started. It's going to be a good time. And don't worry if you feel like, well, I won't be able to do it this time. It is an open and closed enrollment. I've talked to many of you about that. This is not going to be the first and only time that I do this. This will be ongoing. So stay tuned for more. And until next time, bye.